he wasn't a believer, but towards the end he said, I've never been much of a believer, but why else would a stranger be in here helping me so much? Maybe there's something to this God thing. He doesn't have family, friends, or anyone on the planet he can call. Function claps on my head. Should have killed me. They pulled me out of the machine. I was seeing visions of helping people. I know suffering to help suffering. She didn't have a flushing toilet for 2 years. She would fill a bucket up in a bathtub to pour it in her toilet to make it flush because she had tank bolts that were leaking. As a man, it's hard to say that I get back to my truck and cry a lot of times.
Hey guys, this is Louis from another episode of What is Your Story, where we bring in some amazing entrepreneurs, business owners, and nonprofits in the Temecula Valley. And today we have the pleasure of having Mike from Favors for Neighbors. It's really an amazing story that he has, and I really wanted you guys to check it out. And I'm so honored to have him on the podcast, and we welcome him.
Thank you.
And love to hear your story.
Thank you, Louis.
Welcome,
Great
welcome, Mike.
introduction. Thank you very much. Hey guys, Mike here, Favors for Neighbors.
Favors for Neighbors.
Yeah, that's kind of the tagline.
I love it.
Anyhow, yeah, thanks for having us on
So
today.
let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
So what happened to you? I know you had a story, right?
Mhm.
What happened to you? And how did you think of starting this nonprofit?
Well, I don't know if anyone could have thought of this, but it's a crazy story. We started about 4 years ago. I was working at a paper mill, and I was on my hands and knees unjamming a piece of pressurized spring-loaded equipment,
Okay.
and it malfunctioned, collapsed on my head. Should have killed me. They pulled me out of the machine, and I was seeing visions of helping people, and I really didn't know what
So
to make
wait,
of
you
it.
saw the visions in the hospital?
No,
or
like
that.
immediately. Right after I came to, the first thing I said was get back to work because everyone was looking at me.
Yeah.
But
You're like, are you crazy?
yeah, like what's going on? What are you doing standing still?
Yeah.
But yeah, from that moment, I couldn't walk, but I was starting to see things.
Mhm.
And as I was recovering on the couch,
Okay, tell me, what did you see?
well, the first vision was
Give us that vision.
that first vision was simple. It was moving some trash cans for an elderly person while I was talking with them next to them, and one of them had a broken arm. So
Okay.
that's the actual vision I seen.
Okay.
And then walking dogs, and then doing some stair replacement. I mean, they just kept coming
At that time.
at that time, like instantly. Like, so the weeks followed. I was on the couch, couldn't walk from a concussion, and they just flooded my mind. And I wrote them all down in a little book next to the couch. It was pretty cool.
So do you think God brought those visions to you?
That's exactly what I think it was. Well, I didn't know at that moment. I told my wife, hey, I'm going crazy. And she said, well, you always been crazy. Nothing new here, right? So if you know me, you know that's half true.
Yeah, she's probably right. No.
She probably is if you ask anyone that knows me. But what happened was I was out of frustration. I yelled and said, God, are you telling me to do something? Little more words to it, but I probably shouldn't say them on this program.
Mhm.
But I believe he answered me and showed me my suffering as I grew up and told me I know suffering to help suffering. So,
He showed you suffering to help the
well,
suffering.
he told me through feelings, of course, that
Oh.
I knew suffering, so I can now help suffering.
Wow.
So that was the purpose of my suffering.
Okay.
Yeah, he's that good.
Yeah, he is.
He's that good.
So then what happened after that?
After that was all goes by so fast. Well, he answered me. I told my wife, hey, we're going to start a business. And she's like, yay. And I said, but we're not charging people. She said, no. So and I told her we got to help the suffering senior community because my grandma was suffering. And at the time I was young, I didn't know what her suffering meant or what it was. And
Yeah.
there's thousands of people around going through the same suffering. But my great grandma had Parkinson's and dementia in a wheelchair. And as a snotty-nosed little kid, I'd always stay around to help them. I would ride to the store to get groceries on my bike handlebars because my grandma lived on $900 a month.
Right.
As long as I can remember. How is that even possible? I don't know really.
Yeah.
Now she's passed, and I want to give back to those same seniors that are just like my grandma.
Okay.
Now I have an opportunity to. So
Yes, you do. Okay. So walk us through. So you had the visions. God said, you got to do this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you went to your wife and said, I'm starting this business,
Right.
but it's really not a business. It's kind of like a business with no profit.
Yeah.
And then
Ministry. We'll say it's a ministry.
and the
Yeah.
ministry. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you come up with the name?
Uh,
Favors for Neighbors. I love that
Favors for
name.
neighbors. It was honestly, this is all put on my heart.
Yeah.
I couldn't have thought of a better name myself, that's for sure. But there's a little play on words here. Is that we used to do favors for our neighbors, right? The little stuff.
Yeah.
Can I borrow some sugar? Can you take out my cans because I hurt my leg? Can you help me with the toilet running? Stuff like that. Simple stuff.
Yes.
And you just can't help your neighbors anymore. Either you're scared or they're yelling at you. You don't know who's next to you. And I think the world has gotten stuck on that. And then favors, we're all favored in his eyes.
Yeah.
And so there's a play there that I want you to know you're favored. Through me, I'd like to be here and lead by example. That's it. It's real simple.
So fast forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go back to the past a little
Sure.
bit. But fast forward, now you have a bunch of people working for you, big organization, helping hundreds of elderly.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear some of the stories that
Oh,
that you've done, like some of the projects that you helped
so
some of these
many.
elderly out there.
Yeah, so
Why don't
many.
you
So
share a couple?
Okay, so right now, come December, we'll be in business 4 years.
Okay.
We do partnered up with Center Point Church here in Marietta. We have a Go team of volunteers on the fourth Saturday of every month. We're going out cleaning properties, so that's how I get a lot of stuff done in a small amount of time with just myself doing most of the work. But that's just one of the stories. We do have a volunteer day coming up this Saturday, by the way. 50 people, 16 properties at once will be cleaning in Sun City.
Is that called Serve Day?
That's called Serve Day through Center Point Church Marietta.
Okay.
But a lot of the stories are so small in the repair, but big in the companionship we brought with the repair.
Yeah.
So they usually call for the repairs, but what they need most is companionship and just know who honest to let in their house.
Somebody to talk to, even.
Someone to talk to.
Give me an example.
Example. I got called to clean up a house for a gentleman. I was told he was a hoarder and raised chinchillas. His wife passed 3 years ago. Just the story, that alone setting, right? In your mind, you're thinking, oh no. He needed to get a evaluation on his home to get a refinancing or a
reverse mortgage, I think.
Reverse something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they called for that. Well, when I got there, I found him on the floor at the bottom of his stairs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, his name was Charlie, and like you can imagine, a hoarder raising chinchillas, the house looked like you're thinking right now.
Yes.
We helped him. I sat him up and I said, I'm here for this, Charlie. I was called for this. What would you like? And he told me he was tired. He was sick. He didn't know what was wrong. So I said, we'll get back to you. Well, I didn't hear from him for a week. A week later, he calls me from the hospital. Turns out he was riddled with cancer.
Oh no.
A throat cancer, esophageal cancer, and he doesn't have family, friends, or anyone on the planet he can call. So, but he had us then. So we came for a cleanup repair, and we ended up taking him to chemo and radiation for probably 9 months before he lost his fight with that.
So you went back and forth and took him to the hospital?
Yeah, something we don't often do, and we didn't start, we don't give rides or anything, but I knew this gentleman needed help. That was number one.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
if you guys are doing that.
The big thing
That's
is
really coming from the heart.
It was. And the thing is, he wasn't a believer, but towards the end, he said, I've never been much of a believer, but why else would a stranger be here helping me so much? Maybe there's something to this God thing.
Yeah.
That's his words before he passed. So that's just one of the many stories we have. We have lots of stories. We have a lady in locally here in Menifee that didn't have power in her kitchen for 10 years. She ran an extension cord all because of a blown GCFI in her wall. One outlet caused her to run an extension cord for 10 years for power for her fridge.
Oh my God.
You can't imagine that, right?
I can't.
On top of that...
But okay, can you just tell me real quick, like how
Sure.
did she reach out to you?
Or
did somebody tell you
she got her,
about her?
No, she called us and she got our number from the Office of Aging. So our number is given out by Adult Protective Services, IHSS, and Aging California.
Okay.
And so if you call 211, they can point you in the right direction for assistance. And they ended up giving our number. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part was finding out she didn't have a flushing toilet for 2 years. She would fill a
Oh,
bucket up in a bathtub to pour it in her toilet to make it flush because she had tank bolts that were leaking. Something so simple. It took us 30 minutes to fix, and it was
terrible.
probably under $30, but 2 years without a flushing toilet.
Oh my
And
God.
that's the suffering. And on top of that, she lived in a neighborhood you would never know that was going on. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Every
Yeah.
other house around's beautiful, manicured and everything.
And she had probably no family either
No
to help.
family, didn't know who to call and trust. She'd
Mhm.
been ripped off several times and thought she could just manage the way she was for that long to not get ripped off again because the
Yeah.
fear of losing all that money for no
Tell
reason.
me the reward you get out of helping these people.
The reward's huge.
How do you feel after you help someone like her
Wow.
and Charlie?
It's hard to put in words the feeling you get
Yeah.
because the heart is a special, special thing, right? And when you give that out, you never I don't do this to get something out of it. I
Yeah.
do this to show people like there's honest people in the world like yourself, Lewis. There's honest people we
Oh,
could
thank
bring
you.
together. Well, you brought me in,
Thank
you
you. I
introduced us.
believe in your organization.
Well, that's
I
it.
believe in you,
The
Mike.
belief. The
Yes.
belief that people still care about other people.
Yes.
That's the network I would like to
But it's
to
just that
bring
feeling, like,
together.
just tell me about your feeling
The
of
feeling.
when
Well,
you help
joy.
someone. Right. There you go. Joy. What else?
Joy would be the biggest. Joy and
I mean, it's like helping that person, right? That
yeah.
needed help. You took him to the hospital.
Mhm.
You helped that lady and hundreds of others. But when you walk out, you go back to your truck. You're like, oh man, I just helped another person.
As a man, it's hard to say that. I get back to my truck and cry a lot of times. There's joy.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there's joy in those tears, but there's also pain. To see someone suffering on that level, and here is a stranger I've never met, and I just fixed all the problems they had all by a toilet. There's joy with that, but there's also sadness because the
Yeah.
world is crazy to put them in that situation.
Yeah.
Social Security, as you know, doesn't pay much probably. Fixed incomes. A lot of people are sharing medication because they just can't afford stuff these days.
Really?
Yes. And that a
You
lot of
heard
that's
stories like that.
right. Oh yeah, lots of them.
Oh.
Not just one. We've helped over 400 people in 3 years, and a lot of those stories are those people have those stories.
Oh my God.
So we go for home repairs, and we ended up fixing other stuff that you just would have never know. But
Do
they
they
did.
ever ask you for prayers?
There's prayers involved in everything we do. We start our day off with prayer. We end our day with prayer. We don't go to the home saying, let's pray. I never lead with this story. What I
Yeah.
lead with is, I'm here to help you. What do you need? And if the door opens to talk about God and who's in control, then we talk about it. But I don't use it as
Yeah,
any
of
reason
course.
to help.
No, I was
Because
just wondering if somebody like asked you, hey, you know what, I'm hurting, about something. Can you pray with me?
absolute, yes. We often do
They know
pairs.
you're part of the church organization, or maybe not.
A lot of times they don't. Like I said, I try not to lead with that because
Yes.
I want them to know I care and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's real. And when the time comes to talk about, it's wonderful to let them know that God is the one that told me to do this.
I bet when you go home sometimes before you go to bed, you pray for a lot of these people.
Every day. Every day we pray for direction. We pray for patience. We pray for peace for these people. We pray for help. We need help as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Nonprofit, it's right there.
Yeah.
We're not here to
Well,
make
let's talk
profit.
about that. So, what
Yeah.
do you guys need?
Well, funding, guys. In all honesty, I hate money as much as the next heartfelt nonprofit, but it is a tool we can use to continue the mission and be a lasting resource. Right now, it's just me and my wife and Crystal and Trevor. We got 4 people going out trying to make a difference in the world, and funding's huge because I believe God told me not to charge. So myself, of course, it was hard to start charging to a lot of people. But what we do is we make sure the person is a great candidate, a great fit, and qualifies for at no cost services.
Okay, how do you find that person?
We find that person. We have a form online. You go to our website, favorsforneighbors.org. There's a small form you submit to answer a few questions to know if you're in the poverty level range. And if you're not, if you're just looking for affordable and honest, we offer that for everyone else as well.
Handyman service.
Handyman service. And that's pretty much how we got by.
Okay.
The community sees what we're doing for others that can't afford it. So if they need to hire someone, they hire us.
Yeah.
And a percentage goes to the
Affordable,
nonprofit.
trustworthy, and somebody that they can trust.
Yeah, and
For
that's
sure.
the biggest one is a lot of people say they're not looking for free, they're looking for honest.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to see who they can trust in their home.
Yeah.
So
are you getting repeat business right now?
we are. We've seen people several times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put a cap on how many times I want to help you because your suffering could last all year for all I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't put you aside just because I helped you 7 times already.
Right.
So we're dialing all this in, but the main thing is people are still getting help through our learning phase. This is a new thing.
If somebody like is a electrician or plumber or whatever, can they volunteer their time
Absolutely.
in your organization? That could be, a part of donation, right?
That's huge. Yeah, that's the in-kind donations are important. We have a plumber, Miguel with Plumber Society. He goes out. He actually did a free job this morning,
Okay.
and I helped him cut the drywall. He did the repair. Didn't charge the lady because I did have to work. He knew she needed it.
Right.
That's the kind of people we're looking for. We have an electrician with G Shield George. He goes out and does the same thing. So we're looking for those honest businesses that actually care. They don't want to, there's business world is different, right? And people have to make money. I am not blind to that fact, but we also should be serving. We should be helping the ones that need it.
Yeah.
So I am looking for businesses that believe in this idea, that want to be part of us, and so we can refer you out. My plumber actually his whole week is booked with just favors for neighbors referrals.
Really?
That's how it works. And those are paying jobs because they see how honest he is and they say, that's who I want to do my plumbing.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, bringing
That's
people
really
together.
amazing what you've
Yeah,
done, man.
Thank you.
That's really like, man, I can see this expand to nationwide.
Well, that's where we should be because suffering is nationwide. Through
Yeah.
Facebook, we get comments that we're needed in Iowa, we're needed in Kansas.
Yes.
These are people from all over the country through Facebook seeing that there's a change here and you could all be part of it. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. All you got to do is help us help them. That's the next thing is
That's right.
a couple dollars a month goes a long way if we get a bunch of people doing it.
Yeah, I really believe in you, man.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, what about you, Mike? Tell me about your
Oh
morning
boy.
routine.
Oh
I
man,
know you're so
routine.
busy and everything. You got a million things to do every day. But how do you start your day?
Well, we start the day at 5 a.m. I can't get up earlier than that, but 5 a.m. we take out the dogs and we do our prayer and we meditate in the back with God and ask Him for just guidance on the day.
Yeah.
And then we get right to it. We probably put on a sermon while I'm doing some paperwork and organizing the day itself or following up from yesterday. But we hit the ground. We're at our first job by 8 or 9 o'clock, depending what it is. We help 2 or 3 people a day. And then we go home and finish with paperwork, just like any
Nice.
other business. But it's great that I have
Do you ever take time off?
I haven't yet. I am trying
Probably
to.
a lot of your work is on the weekends too, huh?
I'm doing on Saturdays is what we're saving for our volunteer projects. But some Saturdays I'm keeping off for the family. I'm trying to find that balance with this and life itself. I have a wonderful, supportive wife
Yeah.
and a team that supports me. So we try and do things together as well to try and
Mm-hmm.
keep that part of it together.
Does your wife still think you're crazy?
She does, but just in a different way now. She's actually fully on board now. She's our scheduler and phone caller, and she does our compassion calls.
Nice.
So she's part of the whole thing that works.
She believes in you now.
Well, yeah. Well, she always has.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
was
of course.
hard in the beginning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how do you do something like that? And I always say how amazing she is because what other wife would allow their husband to go out and work all day for free?
Yeah.
Not many,
Not
right?
many.
And so she's got to believe in me. She's got to trust me that much.
Yeah. Definitely.
I guess maybe I don't give her enough credit.
Why don't you give her credit now?
Well, thank you, honey.
She's going to be hearing this
for
podcast.
everything. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for Yeah, just being you and allowing us to do favors for neighbors together. It's wonderful.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thanks for that plug, Lewis.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get some points.
Yeah, I could use them, guys. I could use them.
Well, you're never around. You're so busy all the
That's the
time.
thing, and we were
Yeah,
actually just talking about that. That's why she's here today. She's out and
yeah,
supporting and talking to other people. She'd
yeah,
like to
definitely.
any opportunity she could ride along with the jobs. I'd like to bring her twice a week to jobs for the companionship.
Yeah.
So Trevor and I will
So
do
while
a
you're doing the
repair.
work, she can talk
Yeah.
to the elderly.
Exactly, because we're not just a business. Like I said, we're a ministry that's there for the person. So we bring her to make fun of us, really, is
Yeah.
what they do. They stand on the porch, drink their coffee, and make fun of us pulling weeds. So,
Share one more thought
uh,
or one more case study that you've helped an elderly.
let's see, one more case study. Well, we can go with the, boy, how many? Where do I pick? Let's see. Right now, we're working on a project, okay? It's a big one. There's two ladies living in a mobile home that was, I don't know if this is too much, but rat infested. They haven't had a floor around their toilets, so they wear adult diapers. And their house is full and about to be condemned, but then they'll be homeless. So right now we're about to put
Wow.
together a project helping them in the next week or two. It just came on my lap yesterday, and it's consumed my heart since.
Yeah.
So I know what I need to do. I just don't know the route to take yet.
So so the goal is to help them out and get them to stay in their home
Yep, we want to help.
and not be homeless.
That's our purpose, is to
Yeah.
keep people aging safely at home.
Yeah.
So if you're infested with rats, it's obviously there's something wrong there. We need to get rid of everything. We need to go in with the fumigator. We need an exterminator. We need a dumpster. We need hazmat suits even. I don't know yet. But I know she needs a floor. I know she needs stuff thrown away. And I know that she needs help.
And this is why you need that donation.
This is what the donations are for, guys.
For materials, for
exactly
time, for energy, for, just all the equipment you need.
all the equipment. Like everyone knows, Lewis, things are not getting cheaper. Everything's going up. I drive a 1998 GMC truck. It gets about 10 miles a gallon, so it costs me $10 just to drive to Sun City, which we do often. I need several tanks of gas a month. As you can imagine, that adds up. But yeah, it's the donations go straight to helping these people, and you
Yeah.
can see it through our Facebook, Favors for Neighbors, or on Instagram, Favors for Neighbors as well.
Yeah.
We show what we do so you know where your donation goes. I don't want to hide anything. I want to be transparent and tell you your money's going to helping this person.
Right.
And right now we started something called the Circle of Kindness, where you can get on our website, hit the donation button. $20 a month goes a long way if we get a bunch of people doing it. So that's what I'm asking for.
It starts at $20.
Yep. Join the circle. Well, you could put in any amount.
Circle of Kindness.
Yes, sir. Circle of Kindness, and that's just be part of us.
You always come up with some cool names.
Thanks. I like I said, I start my day off in prayer,
Yeah.
and I go where I'm led. And I believe if more of us did it that way, it would be a much funner place to live, a lot more joy spread around.
Yeah.
But yeah, money is needed. Donations
Do
are
you think
needed.
your faith is what led you to this?
My faith is exactly what led us.
Organization.
The only thing that could have got us this far is the belief in God, that God is moving in different ways that you can't imagine.
Yeah.
No one that knew me in the past would have guessed this is what I'm doing today. And up to this, 400 people in less than 4 years is a big number.
It's a big number.
And we're not even putting dollars to that. We've saved over $200,000 in those 4 years for repairs, either in a discounted rate, people getting materials. Because what I do is I go on, if the person can't afford a water heater,
Yeah.
I have a wonderful following on Facebook who donates water heaters sometimes. They did it twice already.
Really?
A whole water heater. They buy it, they have me pick it up from Home Depot, and we have our plumber install it. That's how the community gets involved. This is real. This is real suffering,
This is
real
amazing.
time. This is the real
There's some really good
deal.
people out there willing to help.
There's a lot of good people, and I just want to connect them all together.
I think they want to help you.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I
yeah. If
think
they
so
hear this,
too.
they will definitely help you.
Well,
For sure.
it's not just for me.
Let's get the word out.
feeling. Yeah, the feeling you get from helping someone,
Yeah,
you
100%.
get something out of this.
Exactly.
I promise you.
I know.
So imagine what the person getting the help feels.
Yeah.
If I feel this good by doing the work, how good do they feel from receiving the help?
So what happens is often you go to your Facebook page
Yes.
and you say, I have this project coming up for this elderly,
Mhm.
and we need somebody to donate a, garbage disposal, whatever.
Right.
And somebody will come out and say, I'll be willing to help. I'll buy it. You go pick it up.
Exactly. That's exactly how it works. And here's next level help, okay? So I have a HVAC company named 1111 HVAC. Jesse's the owner. I reached out to him last week. We have a gentleman named Gilbert in Hemet who needs a furnace. He's needed it. It's red tagged. It's closed off. He can't have gas in his home. And I told Jesse, I called him. I said, can we help him? He said, it's going to cost X amount of dollars. He called me yesterday, said he was on the phone with the maker of the furnace and they donated the furnace, the
Donated.
whole furnace. And that's credit to God, of course. But Jesse with 1111 HVAC, who does that as an?
It's
I'm not
incredible.
just. This is real stuff. So we're about to. You'll see that on Facebook soon. We're gonna
Yeah.
go install a furnace for Gilbert and make his day.
Yeah, you have
Or
a lot of
month.
followers on Facebook.
Yeah, we have a few of those.
So real quick, if somebody wants to do what you're doing, but obviously in another state, listening to this podcast, and they want to help others, what would you give them as a suggestion on what to do next?
Just start.
Okay.
Just start. If you see someone suffering, asking how you can help. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take money. Obviously, I don't have that, and I'm still helping. It doesn't take know-how. If you can open your mouth and say, well, how can I help you? How are you doing? Do you want to have a conversation? Are you lonely? Because a conversation could save someone's life. It's not just a repair.
Yeah.
It's lonely seniors everywhere.
That's maybe your other business.
Oh, well, it could be. One day I would love to be able to help others help others. That's
Oh,
huge
yeah,
because
yeah.
imagine 10 of me out there. I could only see that. I mean, look at how many people would get help, right?
Absolutely.
So if we can start that and just start right here, that's everything I've gone through already. It's worth it. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Any last minute thoughts?
Last minute thoughts, guys. Help your neighbors. You got one to the left and the right. Hopefully, you're blessed enough anyway. It's real simple. You just got to see something, see the signs, take the leap of faith, believe that God is real. He's here helping you, and you can help them just like I do. And
Yeah.
if you just want to help through me, go ahead. You can go on our website, favorsforneighbors.org, hit the blue donations button, ask to join the circle of kindness. You could do one-time donation or yearly. You could do whatever you like. $5 helps, I'm telling you.
Sure.
It doesn't take much, but to show me that you care, that's what it's all about. We
Yeah.
have lots of people that care.
That is.
That's important.
Well, Mike, I really
Lewis,
enjoyed.
Thanks for
I
having
really
me,
enjoyed
man.
having you on my
Appreciate
podcast.
it.
I think a lot of people will be really willing to help you.
I
You
hope
know,
so.
I believe in you so
appreciate
much.
it.
You know, this is an amazing, amazing organization and a nonprofit in the area. I know it's going to grow all the way. I know it's
Yep.
going to go all the way. Thank you guys for watching
everyone.
another episode of What is Your Story? And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.